Hi, my name is Rob, and this is my review of the Omega Men #2. Comic books as a medium have come to be defined, for better or worse, in recent years by its superheroes. These superheroes, at least over in DC, typically stand by a certain code of honor and moral standing. It's been said that Marvel heroes are gods trying to be humans, while DC heroes are humans trying to be gods. One of the crucial elements of a hero like Batman or Superman is their quote-unquote no-kill policy, and they have often refused to compromise such principles for the end result they wish to gain. The Omega Men are not those kind of heroes. In fact, the Omega Men don't seem to be heroes at all by any common definition, but what they are is survivors. Issue #2 opens the governor on the planet Objectu in the Vega system, dealing with the fallout consequences of the Citadel's failed capture of the Omega Men in issue #1. The opening of the issue has the quote-unquote same cinematic experience, unquote, that issue #1 did, with the added bonus of showing not just continuity, but also the passage of time. Clearly, things have not been going well for the governor of Objectu, and the viceroy is certainly not happy. The viceroy and governor discuss the actions of the Omega Men and their murder of 39 Citadel soldiers in issue #1. It turns out that any soldiers killed in the service of quote-unquote renegade operations are to be restituted at a rate of 100 to 1. In other words, the governor owes the viceroy and Citadel 3,900 civilians to be murdered. Their negotiation over numbers, and the end result is not just dark by comic standards, but dark in general. Unfortunately, these are the kind of things that often will happen in war zones and areas run by despots. If you didn't think you could hate anyone more than the viceroy at the beginning of this scene, the governor quickly proves you wrong. Elsewhere, the Omega Men have survived the ambush on them from issue #1 and look to be scheming to get off the planet with a ship, as we soon find out that the Lantern, Kyle Rayner, is still alive. Although the Omega Men dictate the situation by installing a quote-unquote watch with Rayner that acts like a bomb if he doesn't cooperate, Rayner wants to help save the lives of those inhabitants on the planet sentenced to die, and Primus promises to help him. In a world full of monsters, who exactly is left to clean hands? Writer Tom King absolutely blew me away by moving from an action-packed ambush in issue #1 to a more subtle yet darker backdrop in issue #2. There's less action, so to speak, in issue #2, but it doesn't take away from the book. If anything, issue 2 is the first real opportunity for King to showcase the type of tone that the Omega Men will take and the kind of actions we can expect to see from everyone involved. Issue #2 also demonstrates King's ability for not only excellent dialogue, but also for fantastic storytelling. The Omega Men makes a strong case for its existence in issue #2 by completely separating itself from not only anything being put up by DC Comics right now, but arguably in the comic industry as a whole. Barnaby Bagdalla's art continues to impress in issue #2, as Bagdalla gets the opportunity to showcase the environment around our characters and the characters themselves, as opposed to particular scenes of violence. Barnaby and the rest of the art team do an excellent job in not only the layout of each page, but the characters as a whole. Each character is distinct by not only their words, but their reactions to the events about going on around them, or even their posture, as shown when the governor is talking to the viceroy. Despite the fact that the Omega Men #2 could be considered quote-unquote text-heavy, Barnaby and company do an excellent job of making it seem like anything but in the process. So, final thoughts. The Omega Men #2 is not your typical adventure, your typical protagonist, your typical anything really. But that's what helps make it such a unique read to read in the first 2 issues. King and Barnaby have nothing short of an impressive showing the first 2 issues of the Omega Men, and leave the reader unsure of what's going to happen, but left wanting more at the same time. I know I'll be thoroughly looking forward to issue #3. I would give the Omega Men #2 a score of 8.8 out of 10. But that's just my opinion. What did you think of the Omega Men #2? Comment below and let me know what you think. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.